Walk free and bear the light for others to follow.
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation?
What's the point of chasing after ones already here? We can apologize later, should it come to it.
Nicely done!
Did you call to me just now? Aren't those people gleaners?
Those who are not permitted to walk freely in the city.
How odd.
Oh, it's a simple thing, really.
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Forgive me.
I can do this alone.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
A fair shot!
I'm glad you agree.
These malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
And another who may yet have a part to play.
He has already been detained.
What? Why would you say that?
Believe me, it's true.
What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We can't simply turn them loose.
I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse.
But 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today.
Consider yourselves warned.
How did you know it was us?
Even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention.
Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
So they have an artificial... Well,
Beneath
okay.
The scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Pretty cool, actually.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed.
Very NGE.
If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
I know those animals.
Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Sounds like, you know, life on a farm. Sitting on a veranda, lying back. Exactly.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
Pretty
The
impressive.
island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was
Well-
discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Then what if it erupts again? Won't it fill up with
Aren't those
magma
people
again?
Gleaners?
Looks like it.
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
I still don't get why her shoes have, like, ice skates on the bottom.
Oh,
Looks very strange. You feeling well, pal?
Just now.
No.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
I wonder if the Guardians did something more to her that we don't know yet when she was captured. Like a partially broken music box. Cool. Very unique sound. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in labyrinths, you know. Sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning of all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout there. Preparing for the next big expansion. Wait, this is the current the next big expansion. This is the big expansion. Yeah, of course. Hey, Cryle, you okay? Most of these gathered here appear to be gleaners. Why don't you wander around and try making small talk? Alright. Hey, you over there. What's your name, cutie? Let me think. The rear seats should be item 1058, common seats 1059, Snowberry 1060, already 1061, 12,745. My head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out and carry in? Wait, what? Yeah, that sounds interesting. Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? When if someone mistakes the Kurthus carrots for the Girabanian carrots, what then? No, I cannot eat the wrong carrots. Especially when they're, you know, grown so far apart. Wow, shocking. I need some time now. I mean, this is some kind of an NGE bunker, right? So, but why taking more out then? If they want to just, you know, like bunker up and, you know, sit out the final days in here, why would... Oh, maybe they throw stuff out that they don't need? I don't know. Aaronville. You here to help or give me more headaches? Because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. Okay, sorry, I'm gone. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Yeah, they seem to be on really urgent business. Any luck, Yomi? What tales did the gleaners have to tell? Well, first of all, they take great amount of stock. Second of all, they put more out than they take in. And third of all, they're very exhausted. So this grand operation began without a warning? For every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthus upside down in the process. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has asked them to do it. If you're game Yumi, I have an idea. I love games. That's why I'm here. Why does she kneel? So like, yes, my lady, on your orders. Your command is my... whatever. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Yeah, they did. Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Alright, you can stop kneeling now, my knight in purple. Come on, stand up. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! You really are a charming one. You wish to help me find the marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your service, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Yeah, sure. Leave it to me. The name is Aaronville, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nexian marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For her mercy, there are no other Marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a Marmot or you. Finally. I didn't bring this scythe just for, you know, cutting grass. And search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Yay. And another hunting coyote. Okay. Chop, squeak. Wait, I have to catch them. Barely have you ready this sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Ugh. Nothing but trouble with those marmots. Come on now, catch her this time, Yumi. Squeak! Rat sack. Get in there. No, don't run away. Ugh. The rodent nimbly waits your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. No. Oh, it's hiding from me. Come, little Grizzy. Little Griselda. Just get in the sack. Rat sack. More prepared for its speed this time, you succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. Ha! I'm a good hunter, gleaner, whatever. There we go. Here's your rat. Well, it's only... Was it only one? Ugh, he found 3 while we only found 1. Ugh. How did he fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. There you go. Very proud of this one. Was a very elusive one. Ah, there's the odd Marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Okay. Wait. Wait. Oh, it's Bunny Boy. I only now realized. Thankfully, the Marmots seem to be Damn it. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. What will they do with them? That's for the forum to decide. They are the guiding authority behind labyrinths after all, and this job was but one small part of this great inventory of theirs. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. Suitable for consumption, you're eating squirrels. Okay, isn't... That's not really much meat on a squirrel, no? I mean... They're mostly nimble, so... Wouldn't like hares, rabbits be better suited for that? But yeah, okay. I don't know what the forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Yummy. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost mammoths? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I am Krylov, the students of Baldesion. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Did you learn anything new from your friend here? So we've confirmed that the order of this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun, the forum contacted the Gleaner's guild ship and put the people to this great work some 4 days after Delafroy made a chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus I am inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophoroid's declaration was what set it all in motion? Obviously. It seems likely, but that does not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archaon? From there we can reach the lower... You okay there? That's usually what happens to me. You know, quite so often. Kryl, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me a bit of a headache, that's all. You know, all of us have seen people suffering under the echo, you know, having these headaches whenever they have flashbacks and whatever. So, who are you trying to prove? Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I am fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaon. We followed the past Eve through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, oh yeah, it was a marmot, not a squirrel. Do marmots have more? Yeah, I guess so. They are pretty fat. Oh yeah, they like hibernate, right? So they always like, they're gonna get extra fat right before they hibernate, so you can hunt them then to have some juicy meat, I guess. Anyway, there's the trolls you need to watch out for. Oh yeah, and the spoilers. The trolls and the spoilers, those you need to be wary of. Behold, the Archaon! As Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so that this structure houses the city's wealth of material data. The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archaon contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Glorified rat catcher. Pretty cool. Deeper into the maze, Alphino is gazing into the Archaon with an appraising look. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Let's get in and talk to the custodian. I like the Greek/Roman architecture. Greetings, we are here to peruse the Archaon's vaults. Peruse? You are clearly not Gilganos then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldesion, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were, well, open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. No, thus then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? That service has also been suspended, I am afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for the moment, shall we? Yeah, don't just blurt out, you know, stuff like that in front of... Yeah, people like affiliated with the forum and Alvino's father. Students of Baldesian. We are at an impasse. As you have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that a stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. It is likely that people in this area are involved in restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a... Whoa, that's a sunrise. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Yeah, you think they're gonna let us in now? Please. It's kind of funny, you know, whenever you first explore a new area, how every little rising is just an impassable obstacle. And once you're flying, it's just, yeah, straight line everywhere. Quiet! You'll frighten it away. Oh, Aaronville, hi. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The Cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. Cloudkin? You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Maybe I have ulterior motives, you know? Or maybe I'm into you. Who knows? Still, 200 are generally better than one. Very well. Canalry is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cry is a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. Oh yeah! First person shooter time. Oh, not? The effects are short-lived, so I lie in wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. So I guess I have to climb the mountain. Oh, no, I have to stay here, okay. Yay! I love those. No, actually not, but they're, you know, it's a change. Okay, I need to get the one with the caw! Caw, caw! Gotcha. Wait, the wrong bird? Failed! Can I not try again? Wait, so it's only one caw, I guess. Cuckoo! Whack, whack! So I guess it's the one behind there, right? No, that's also a caw. They did say green feathers, no? Something like that. I should pay more attention, I guess. I blame it on my sickness. Still down with the sickness. What if I sedated it like face down into the water and it's just drowning right now? It's like... And I'm... Yay! I got it!
Fair shot.
You are voice acted? Wow.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Must be an important one then. Oh, the look she's giving him.
There you are. Any new revelations?
I caught a bird.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill?
Mm-hmm.
I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
It was just a date, you know, some kind of the same, yeah.
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a cleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Okay. Doesn't sound too good.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Wow, okay.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research.
Maybe they just, you know, wanna have some nice Thanksgiving dinner.
I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations.
But why would they want to migrate to Mericidia?
Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
It's okay, you know, it was just a
Perhaps
pleasure
you might
of
reward
being
us
with
after a
you.
fashion, then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
Why would they let you in? Come on, they already know who you are and that you're not allowed to go there.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Mwah, mwah,
Indeed.
mwah.
I forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
Then why wouldn't they guard it?
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
Why wouldn't they guard something like that, if it's that important?
You're quite welcome,
That nobody gets in?
but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
And we bid you good, sir. Thank you a lot.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
I never would have noticed this cave on my own. Dude, it's right at the end of the road. How wouldn't you notice it? Thank the scholar that Aaron will know of it, and that you were to persuade him to share. I had my own tactics, you know. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. It's faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and search before we continue. And such before we continue. The medial circuit. Alice seems eager to get underway. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then we say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Well, if that's where we want to be, then I really don't see a reason not to guard this if it's that easy to, you know, break into the middle part like that. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples of agricultural production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. They seem to be a little obsessed with circles, right? Aha! Now I know where we are. This is Mariel Agronomics. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees these efforts. These fruits of their research go to feed the Labyrinthos colleagues, also I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic it would be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed. Mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It is possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. A field full of ripe vegetables being left to rot on the vine. Not a single picker hut at work. Clearly procuring readily available fresh food is not the forum's priority. Oh, hello there! We weren't expecting visitors. Not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? We just went through the tunnel at the end of the road that isn't really so secretive as everybody makes it seem. A mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum is as filling order lists as mile long. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed you would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all would be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Do I have a hut to be taken down below? More than I can carry and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been earmarked for aerial transport, hence the stock of crates atop that hill over there. Gods, hauling the lot up that slope was a chop and a half. The stack of crates on the hill is going below? That sounds promising. I'll gather the others and join you there. You're saying we're going into the crates? Yeah, we're going. Okay. And then a bandicoot comes along and destroys them all. Haha. Oh, okay, no, we're not going in the boxes. Well, Cryle might fit. But the rest? The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents, bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. Where do those come from now? And why are they so special?
Hard to look away, isn't it? But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Sounds like an odd bird.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
So what does it mean? Exactly.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
It's the moon! I bet.
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Oh, how fast do they change if feelings close they change?
Have you learned aught of interest?
They're pretty flowers. I want them.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
Okay.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we fail to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
She's not one for flowers, I guess.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
Well, just burst into their homes and, you know,
Isn't that the entrance to the arcade?
ask them. What?
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right.
Oh yeah,
He
he did say he was coming down
to make his report.
for the report, right?
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? or at least a close associate.
You tell.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
I can just, you know, get into my...
I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
I can just switch to ninja and, you know, go into hide.
We can apologize
If it
later,
helps.
should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Kryl is being hypnotized by the flowers. No, 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 now the tent. No!
Kryl?
See, she's one for flowers.
Oh,
I like her.
Yes, that certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
He's on the move. He's just leisurely strolling there, and we're like, oh, follow him, fast, follow him. Oh, it's getting away.
I can almost reach you.
Who are you trying to reach? Oh, Hydaelyn? Oh, she just talked to me, you know, like yesterday on the boat. Maybe I should tell her. Not sure if she's talking about Hydaelyn. How would she reach Hydaelyn through those flowers? How would she reach anyone with those flowers? They are quite mysterious, those flowers, though. Is Kryl still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our query slip away. Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Ariel, weren't we? The full report, warts and all. Aliza is not about to let Erenville out of her sight. Erenville has headed westwards along the path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. Yeah, he didn't seem to go at that high a pace. Makes me just wanna lie down below with one of the trees and sleep. If it weren't raining, that is. Hold a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Gra and his vanish spell were here. Yeah, why did we leave him behind? Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Don't make us blow up, please. Hippity hop, my little toads. Oh. Ribbit. Goodness! Rap. Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. Rap. Burp. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. Burp. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you're essentially defenseless. And so juicy looking. So, where do I need to grow? Oh, it's so cute. Alfie Toad and Ellie Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives.
We're just 3 epic toads. Nothing unusual. That's a big goat over there. Wow, we just had to follow the road, Ribbit. Are you gonna have a conversation now, Ribbit? I don't even know which one I am. Rop.
It's nothing suspicious at all.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
She looks like a mad scientist. Straight from an anime.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
He knows we shouldn't be here.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
Come on, he knows what creatures exist around here and WoW's host
If you
didn't.
mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing.
And
don't
that.
try to fool an expert.
Well, it wasn't really that informative, right? Actually, we didn't get any new informations at all. I suppose we should have known a Gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Yeah, okay. That's true. Sharlayan has been called to action, and the Talofferoy's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. Oh, are we going to the Forum? I would love to. Alisaie is staring off in the direction Erinwell departed, a thoughtful look on her face. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing now, nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Kryl for the moment, see what they think of this. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Kryl, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Where did you go? Why did she go? Why did you let her go? Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Oh, okay. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? Yeah, exactly. The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. Are we gonna get a double echo flower party? Cool, she's with the flowers. I thought so. The moment I saw she wasn't with Y'shtola anymore. Come on, give me some juice here, please. Should I pick you one? Not sure, because they're kind of an endangered species, right? She's gonna pick one herself. That's something.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Right. Thanks. I love flowers.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Oh, so you talked to Hydaelyn. What did she say? Why do I need it?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Wait, you can relay Hydaelyn? Kinda creepy, to be honest.
Thank you.
Why can't she directly?
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Why is Answers playing again?
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance.
Oh, the song. It's so deep. Walk after 8 years since I first heard this song. More like 7 since the epic fight against Bahamut.
Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well.
Gonna be heartbreaking when we have to destroy you. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to. Or at least do something that undoes you.
Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you.
Emmett? Did you bring Emmett back? Oh my. Okay.
Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will.
It was right on the exact notes where Walk Free would be sung in the vocal version, right?
That blue will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
I am so looking forward to how all of this concludes. Because I know that it's gonna be, you know, just one huge Warrior of Light centered finale. And I cannot imagine what they've done. Oh, I'm so looking forward, which is why it's such a pain to do this tedious running around hunting for marmots. Come on, that's what I want. Sequences like this where I just start to cry only because of the music.
Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Hydaelyn herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
I'm so looking forward to see Emmett again, if she really actually brought Emmett back. Inquisition! Inquisition! Ugh, okay.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities.
That's true.
Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
It is not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. and we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
Foreign? Oh, that one hurt.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
Nope,
The
imprisonment.
Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city.
No, it's a beautiful. Let me stay, please. Let me stay.
As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha? Why? What has he done?
Graha! But why?
Yeah, exactly.
Is reading a crime now, too?
What has he done? Did he try to break into the, into the restricted area or something?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Yeah, you really think they're gonna talk to us?
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise
Oh,
against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse.
Okay, so it's gonna be basically an open court discussion. Okay. Well, that is actually... I mean, thanks. That's kind of what we wanted, isn't it?
But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Dramatic music. Hey Raha. Up here, hi. We did nothing wrong, he did everything. It's actually kinda true.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Oh. Did he got something?
Will come to order.
Bernier.
This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
Is it all 99 of them?
We recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Hey, Cry Without a Hood. Have you already seen Cry Without a Hood? He's cute.
These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
Well, can't deny that.
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Actually, can also not argue with that. Except for the warmongering stuff, we're not trying to warmonger, and we never have. Actually, quite the opposite. We mainly defeated primals to, stop them from going to war. Or from war from breaking out.
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Gallup would be ashamed.
shocked Pikachu.
Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
How many are they? Nah, I want to count. Stop moving the camera.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age-long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Provocative.
Whence
I
came
like
this
it.
revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions.
I'm not entirely sure. Can they hear what he's saying, or is he just talking to us? Are they just gonna let us, you know, like I have this idle chat here in the center? I'm a little confused about the structure of all of this process going on here. It's... yeah, why is there nobody, you know, declaring as to who is about to speak now? And yeah, it's strange.
At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
Hit him.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore.
Darth Vader? Force choke?
Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Are we gonna go through all of the scenes in the trailer?
Such misguided zeal.
Father, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
Oh?
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Montichenia.
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my
Would be-
grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand,
Shouldn't he be on our side then?
By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given?
Exactly.
Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order!
Order! Order!
Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlian.
Oh, but I want to stay
Also
here.
refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
And who counts now? I cannot even see who is raising their hands and who isn't. Oh, a lot aren't. And a lot are. You cannot even see those behind you. How are you counting, please?
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
You cannot even see behind you.
Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
Well, at least it wasn't unanimous, right?
On Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
I apologize for the trouble I've caused you. I was pondering the significance of what I had just read as I left the restricted section and knocked over the security memo on my way out. I promise to be more vigilant next time. Well, at least we have been allowed to remain in the city, and our endless investigations have not been in vain. We know that this mysterious studio of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the ethereal sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. Estate visitor. Oh, we can actually, yay! The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? I wonder what could they have... I mean, the only thing I can think of what they find in the ethereal sea, well, there's basically two things, right? Hydaelyn or Zodiark. May they actually be guarding Zodiark? The physical form of Zodiark? And maybe they want to relocate him now? I don't know. No idea. Probably not. Well, but I mean, if it would be something with Hydaelyn or Zodiark, then I guess they have good reason not to tell us, right? Because he would be like, yeah, we're going in there. Survival, come what may. Is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alfino? Alice? It is you! When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mommy? Mother? Améliance Levieur, at your service. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Hi there. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you were here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fourcheneau are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We will be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure we... Yomi, what do you think? Cake, cookies, tea and coffee. That's what I think and that's what I want. Yomi? The Yomi Tanchi? Yes, you know, I'm trying not to make a fuss about it, but yes, that's me. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Okay, sure. I hope you have cookies. But you must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Okay. Yomi, if you would be so kind to escort my children to the estate. Yeah, sure. I'm very sure there's mad and evil beasts on the way there, and I need to, I don't know, guard them or whatever. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Why would you want to protest? Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers. Thank you very much. Now you've piqued my interest, little Alice. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone thinks they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. I mean... never mind. Levy your estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. And here you are at last. Please do come in. Why, hello there.
Welcome home, my lady.
I like the Rogan with the sunglasses. He's the only one, right?
What? What are you gawping at?
Sign headquarters must seem squalid indeed.
I'll have you know I'm quite fond of the Rising Stones.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Oh, are they gonna get the new... Oh, are they gonna... Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. To seeing that new outfit of theirs.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures.
Ah, so that's how you know me.
I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. 'Tis clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
What fateful day? When we met in the...
'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
Do they meet?
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but.
No, but I want tea.
Why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Sure. I don't remember. Do we meet them on the boat if you start in Lindsay? Or is it also on some wagon? I think it's on a boat, right? Because you start in the harbor area, yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Gifts. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Oh, finally, she doesn't have she doesn't have ice skates anymore.
Mother,
Yeah, of course, we've already seen it in the trailer.
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
exactly what I would have chosen. But please,
Very
tell
nice.
me you had something different made for Alpha now.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
Finally, he doesn't have this stupid little tie anymore.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
What might that be? Ah, is he getting his sage weapons?
If
Nice.
you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
She's
He
just
may
giving
as
it
well
away.
be chained to his desk these days. As a student, he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices
Nice.
are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb.
I think that's the first time we actually see a real job change for one of the science.
May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
Including job crystal and everything, I mean.
We will, Mother. I promise.
He's gonna be a fine
My
man.
final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words.
Should he best him with a fist then? Is that what she's implying?
Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Ah, that sounds easy.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
And your enemies closer. Anything for me then? Not even tea. Do I get anything? Why did I even come here? Come on, I am the... Aww. I am the Yomitachi. Hey kitty. Meow. Meow meow. And that was that. Only the gods know when we'll be back again. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her. and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice. As will these tokens of home that we carry with us, these gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. Poetic. But enough sentimentality, let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Enjoyed your time with the Levieurs, I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelyn is sure to guide us going forward. I am confident once you've scouted out the situation in Thupnair, we'll be well equipped to plot out our next move. Alright, and that's it for today.